What's your name? Where'd you come from?
So my name is Gerard. I live in Kent, but I'm originally from Liverpool.
And how have you been, well, first off, Jed, what inspired you to start training at the Revitalize clinic?
So what started was I was really sick, so I had cancer for like 5 years. Prior to that, I'd always been fit, I'd always been healthy, and I got to a stage where I wanted to see if it was possible to get back to where I had been before, and I didn't feel sort of confident or safe enough to do it by myself. So came to the clinic, met with this guy, and so sort of started it from there.
Amazing. And Steve, can you just tell me a little bit about what you guys have been working on?
So, on the whole, initially it was kind of building Gerard's confidence in himself. As he said himself there, he wasn't sure what he was capable of doing. So, essentially to start with, it was just getting and build some foundations, move a bit away, get the body moving, build a little bit of confidence back in himself, and then we've essentially unleashed a beast.
Can you tell me a bit about that? I'm quite jealous of your lifts.
Unleashing the beast? Yeah, so I pretty much, you got to understand, I came from a point where maybe a year or two before I couldn't even walk a metre, and so building that confidence again was just sort of, my aim was to get back to where I was, sort of squatting like 100, deadlift max was about 120, and then over the course of a year, just the other day I hit a 220 in a deadlift. I'm hitting 170 on squats.
That's nuts.
I didn't think it was possible to be stronger than I had been. I just wanted to get close to that. So to know that despite everything, you can come through that, you can be as good as you were, and then find this next plane, it's humbling.
A lot of people are quite curious as well, how do you feel now in comparison to how you felt before? Not just when you were sick, but even before that, because being able to deadlift 220 kilos and squat 170 kilos, that's no joke.
I've never felt stronger, I've never felt more confident, I've never felt better than I do right now.
And when you say you feel better, how does that manifest itself on it and the day to day? For example, if you're lifting up things, if you're walking up and down stairs, or if you're going for a walk or something like that?
Yeah, so overall fitness is there, but I think mainly for me it's like a mental thing. When I started here, my confidence was shot, self-doubt, self-loathing. If you talk about not recognising the person who turned up, physically I don't, because I couldn't look at a mirror then. So for me, the biggest changes are in that side. The job I do is about standing in front of people and talking. And so when your confidence takes a hit, it's noticeable. You don't want to go into those situations, you don't want to put yourself in somewhere where you might just feel a bit uncomfortable. Whereas now, I walk into rooms and I'm like, I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of because of what I do here.
Does that make work more enjoyable now as well?
Yeah, I suppose so, because I think it's all sort of cyclical in a sense. I've been sick, so perspectives change. But when you add on to that achievements, anything in day-to-day becomes more enjoyable because you're measuring it against different things now.
I think something I wanted to say again with Gerard's mindset, it's so clear to see what you said about work as well. Now, a year ago, he wouldn't have been confident sitting in front of the camera.
No.
Having a picture taken. Now, he's not only performing in the gym space, but he's one of the high performers at work.
Yeah.
And again, and that's, physical, great, but again, it was all mindset.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people can get caught up in the mindset and the confidence and the not knowing what they're capable of doing, and never really push to kind of unlock that. And kind of Gerard essentially came in and kind of gave me the ability to work with it by kind of being open and free and going, do you know what, kind of resigned himself to let's see where the process takes us, let's just give it a go.
Yeah.
Do you find that, because I think that's something that's not often talked about, is how much what happens in the gym bleeds out into the rest of that individual's life. So 100%. Do you notice that a lot with your other clients?
100%, because some people will just look at gym as exercise and that is it, and it's completely separate to the outside world. But there's so many discipline, motivation, achieving goals, setting targets, perspective, all those things are real world things, but we create a divide between the two. But they're transferable skills, and vice versa. There's transferable skills that you can learn in business and in work that you can transfer into here to allow this to progress. And I think it's the same as with physical and mental health. They're two separate subjects, but there's more of a crossover than people think, and it's being open to allowing those two crossover and help each other. It unlocks the key to both sides.
It's time.
What are your guys? What are your plans for the future now? What are you going to continue to work on?
It's hard to say. Like, I hit a 200 deadlift and I thought, I've done it. You know, I can retire. And then without even planning it, we just threw some more plates on, and I could do that as well. So, like, for me, the first sort of year was about can I do it, and with Steve really pushing me. Safe place. I think that's one of the main things. It was safe for me. I possibly could have done these lifts by myself. I would not have felt safe. I would have been too anxious. I wouldn't have felt confident in myself. So that's what I've got with Steve, pushing me right. Like,
just talking about your relationship with this, because we met each other through lockdown.
Yeah.
For pain, for an injury.
Yeah.
So what made you come here for personal training? Just out of interest.
Well, I met you. So I'd been to the clinic previously as well, and then we did so I knew of the clinic, and so when I was looking for something to do training, it came up, and I thought, I trust that place. I've met you, you know, you're good people, like, so I thought, well, yeah, if that's available, then I want to give it a go.
Amazing. And Steve, if people want to work with you and work on their skills and their strength and their fitness, how can they get in contact with you?
Revitalize site, give us a call. You can book yourself in for a free consultation. End of the day, it's free. Come down, it's a 30-minute chat. Put everything out on the table, create a roadmap to get you from A to B.
Thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.